Welcome to RV and Travel Adventures. Hope you're doing fantastic wherever you're at. It's mid-August 2021 and I just wanted to report on my recent trip to New Braunfels and Gruene, Texas. A very nice trip. I really enjoyed myself. My wife wanted to go to Schlitterbahn, so I took her to Schlitterbahn so she could enjoy slipping and sliding on the various water theme park rides and float down the river, do all the stuff that she always likes to do. She really enjoys going to the water. I'm a bit of a scaredy cat when it comes to water. I'm not a big fan of those kinds of rides and adventures. So I dropped off my wife, would pick her up in the evening, etc., etc. So why don't I do that here? Well, Schlitterbahn is the number one water theme park in the whole United States. It's very, very nice. And there's a different type of river system in this central Texas region. They're all very nice, very high quality. San Marcos, Austin, and New Braunfels. So they have very nice spring-fed streams and lakes. So the water is super clear and super cold and perfect for summertime in Texas when it's in the 90s, 100, 110 degrees. Perfect, okay? Over here, I recently shot some video at a park down here, a nature reserve here in Fort Worth, and you can see the alligators in the water. My wife and I have no desire to be chomped on by alligators. And the water is, of course, quite a bit more murky. It's not necessarily spring-fed. It's spread, it's basically the water hits the mounds, and I mean not mounds. They don't have no mounds here. It just collects into these streams and eventually into these lakes. Okay. So I wanted to report back on my experiences in during my trip to New Braunfels in Gruene, Texas. I want to say that Gruene's a very nice town. It's a very touristy town. It's basically a Texas theme park. Okay, just like Santa Fe, New Mexico is a New Mexico theme park. It has a lot of things that are very quintessential New Mexico and Santa Fe, and it's very much quintessential stuff that's Texan in Gruene or Gruene, okay? And Gruene is basically a part of New Braunfels. So if you wanted to go to New Braunfels, spend a day at the water park or go camping or go to Wurstfest or just go hang out and have some great food, you can go there. And Gruene is only like, a 10-minute distance between the two. With traffic, of course, it might be 20 minutes, okay? Just saying, okay? So what did I think about Gruene again? I really enjoyed it. I think it's a very nice travel destination. I'm not into buying tchotchkes, those rusted, Texas stars to put in my living room in front of my house. All my neighbors who are definitively Texas identified had that sort of stuff, okay? The boots, the ceramic boots, and all that weird stuff. And I'm not motivated to spend, $30 per person to have a meal at the grist mill and those spots down there. There are some very nice restaurants in downtown New Braunfels. We went to one, I think it's called, I forget what it's called, but I'll leave that information right here. But we went down there and it's a very nice restaurant. Good breakfast, good lunch, good dinner, and of course they have a very large area in the outside where you have an outside bar with a lot of different beers and various, liquors that you can have outside. And then they have a gigantic dance floor and a stage. Very nice. And on Wednesdays they have polka, and other nights they have other activities. A very nice outdoor venue, especially during the spring and fall. It should be very pleasant out there. So if you're nearby or want to go check out something, I'll leave that contact information here. You can check them out, okay? I really give them a big thumbs up. My wife wants to go back. Again, the difference between Fort Worth, the distance between Fort Worth and New Braunfels is about 4 hours, okay? It's quite a ways, so you have to make a specific trip down there. You have to find a place to camp or stay at a hotel or with friends, and then spend a couple days and then you come back, okay? So it's you have to plan those sort of activities. And we definitely planned this activity. And we did some research on RV parks. We had a great time, my wife and I, looking at various RV parks. We learned a lot. Again, don't trust what's on on these various Google Maps suggestions. They say, this place gets, out of 5 stars, gets 4.5 stars. There was one that was by the highway, I-35. And if you know I-35, that's a busy, busy, busy highway. It's basically Laredo, Texas, all the way to Minnesota, and they got a lot of truck traffic, a lot of racket, and people going between San Antonio and Austin and Dallas and Fort Worth. It's a busy, busy thoroughfare. And right under it was this RV park. And everybody was right next to each other. And I was, man, this is noisy. Also, I noticed that some of the rigs for the different campos were essentially not the best. Not in the best of shape, okay? They looked like they were in abject poverty or something. They were living on the margins. I understand. Not everybody has a very nice rig and a very nice truck. Nobody can afford not everybody has a Prevost or something high end like that. Not even a Rockwood. They just had some seriously poor rigs. They had a couple Airstreams in there, which were surprising. But the 3 campos, their rigs were in serious degraded shape. Okay, and a lot of trash around them. Not necessarily trash, but their belongings that were trashed. Okay. I also went to Landa Park, beautiful park in New Braunfels. Gigantic, has access to the river. You can go tubing as long as you don't mind walking back. And of course, there's a lot of vendors in that area too. So plenty of area to picnic, take the kids on, enjoy themselves. You may have a little train. It's a very, very, very nice park. You give it a good solid A for a city park, okay? But right next to it was supposed to be a very nice RV park. I was doing research on it because my wife and I plan to go in November to Wurstfest. My wife likes to polka dance. She's German-American. She loves to polka dance. And I, being her dutiful husband, go along with her and bounce around like an idiot on the polka floor, on the polka dance floor. So we went to that Landa RV Park and Resort. I don't know why they even call that. So you enter through a chain link fence. They open the chain link fence, and then you go down a hill, and then you hit various potholes and another pothole, and then you pass by people that have been there for several years, and they're, again, derelict rigs, and then you hit a gigantic pothole. Boom, boom, boom. It's pretty bad. And then you eventually loop around. You get out of that joint. You go, my, this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. So I wanted to stay there because that's the closest place to Wurstfest. And we just took that off our list almost immediately. But then there's a highway and between New Braunfels and going to Canyon Lake, a beautiful lake, by the way. And along that road were many, many very nice, along the Guadalupe River, RV campgrounds and resorts. And these places are a little more pricey, but definitely exponentially better than the stuff downtown or near downtown. Again, if you're going to spend the money and it's summertime, I would stick to those places on the Guadalupe River, down that one road headed towards Canyon Lake. Okay, very nice, clear, clean. Very nice water, perfect for tubing, perfect for putting your little chair in the water and just having a beverage and hanging out and conversing. You can put even on your, your little pop-up tent out there because the water isn't moving fast. It's not like it's not like rapids or something. It's very, very pleasant. So I can't imagine a better way to spend some time in Texas. If you're in Texas and you want to cool off, you want to hang out with family or friends, I would reserve one of these spots along the Guadalupe River. So I hope you're doing fantastic. Again, we enjoyed my time in New Braunfels. My wife definitely had a great time at Schlitterbahn. If you ever have a chance, check out Schlitterbahn. Take the family, take the kids, take the grandparents, take everybody. to Schlitterbahn. And downtown New Braunfels it's a modest downtown, but they have some very nice spots in that one restaurant, and Polka dancing and beer hall sort of place is very nice. And of course, if you want some Texas tchotchkes, some paraphernalia, odds and ends, some candy, some fudge, have an expensive dinner, go to Gruene, Texas. So that's my report of my trip. I had a great time. I enjoyed some of the cool breezes. It was in the mid-90s most of the time down there, and the cool breeze would hit me. I go, this is very nice. And I also had some coffee. I went to a coffee shop, went to various restaurants. Again, I checked out a bunch of RV dealerships. If you have any questions about RV dealerships in the region, feel free to contact me. Leave your kind and super, super, super friendly comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is a rather modest channel. I don't have a crew behind me. I don't have a bunch of staff. I'm not I'm not from the marketing department. I'm just a regular guy, a retired person, just producing videos for YouTube. Hope you like these videos. Again, from Fort Worth, Texas, wishing that I had those very nice rivers and streams and lakes and that Polka place my wife loves, and down the street here, but I have to travel 4 hours to New Braunfels to check it out. Also, if you have a chance to, you want that German-American experience, go to Fredericksburg, Texas, another fantastic town. I used to work about 30 miles from there in Johnson City for about 6 years. Hope you're doing fantastic. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.